Hey, everybody, Tyson Kern here, Gathering Place Real Estate. Thank you so much for tuning in. So listen, with all the headlines and talk in the media about a shifting housing market, you might be thinking that a bubble is coming like in 2008. But there's good news here. There is concrete data to show that it is nothing like the last time. Okay, listen, first off, there's still a shortage of homes in the market today, not a surplus, okay? For historical context, there were too many homes for sale during the housing crisis, many of which were short sales and foreclosures that caused prices to fall dramatically. Supply has increased since the start of this year. There's still a huge shortage of available inventory, primarily due to the fact that we've underbuilt for the last 15 years. So the graph that you're looking at uses data from the National Association of Realtors to show the month supply of available homes now compared to the crash. Today, unsold inventory sits at just 3.5 months supply. This is a nationwide stat, which is significantly lower than last time. There just isn't enough inventory on the market for homes to come crashing down like they did last time, even though some overheated markets may experience slight declines, okay? And we are seeing that. In Alaska, we definitely don't have enough inventory. Mortgage standards were also much more relaxed back in 2008, okay? During the lead up to the housing crisis, it was so easy to get a home loan. It's way easier than it is today. So running up to 2006, banks were creating all kinds of artificial demand by lowering lending standards and making it way too easy for just about anyone to qualify for a home or refinance their current home and take out equity that they shouldn't, right? Back then, lending institutions took on way more risk, both the person and the products that they were offering. So that led to mass defaults, foreclosures, falling prices. So today things are different and purchasers face much higher standards for mortgage companies. So the graph here shows available credit basically from the mortgage bankers associations that helps tell the story a little. In this index, the higher the number, the easier it is to get a mortgage. The lower the number, the harder it is. You can see that it's fell by 5.4%. So that means things are tightening, not getting easier, right? And it's been that way for the last 14 years. This graph also shows how different things are compared to the spike in credit available leading up to the crash. Tighter lending standards over these last 14 years have helped prevent a scenario that would lead to a wave of foreclosures like we saw last time. Okay, lastly, the foreclosure volume is nothing like it was during the crash, okay? Another difference is the number of homeowners that were facing foreclosure after the housing bubble. Okay, foreclosure activity has been lower since the crash, largely because buyers today are just more qualified and they're less likely to default on their loans. The graph shows you here that things are just way different now, okay? Not to mention, homeowners today have options they didn't have when the housing crisis hit in 2008. So many people owed more on their mortgages than their homes were worth. They were walking away. Today, homeowners are equity rich. That equity comes in large part from the way homes have appreciated over the last 14 years. So according to CoreLogic, the average equity per borrower has reached almost $300,000 since they started keeping track of this. That's pretty amazing. Richard Sharga, executive VP for Adam Data, who tracks a lot of this stuff, was quoted as saying this: very few of the properties entering the foreclosure process have reverted to the lender at the end of foreclosure. We believe that this may be an indication that borrowers are leveraging their equity and selling their homes rather than taking the loss in a foreclosure auction. Duh. So it makes total sense. So this goes to show that homeowners are in a completely different position this time. For those facing challenges today, many have the option to sell their home and use the equity and avoid foreclosure altogether. So here's the bottom line. If you're concerned that we're making the same kind of mistakes that led to the housing crash in 2008, these graphs and what I said here today should help alleviate those fears completely. There is concrete data and expert insights that clearly show this is nothing like 2008, okay? And specifically for Alaska, we just don't have enough homes. We have a population that is aging. We have buyers coming into the market, people who want to downsize. We have a great real estate market here. We're not going to see some kind of crash. I don't even think we're going to see prices diminish much. Okay, we did not have 30% increase like a lot of places in the country did. We saw an increase over the last few years of about 18% over a roughly 2 to 2.5 year period. Compare that to normal 4% appreciation per year. It's not completely out of line. So even if we saw a small correction, still year over year, we're seeing a price increase. I think that's going to hold true. So if you're out there holding your breath, hoping the price are going to come down, I wouldn't hold your breath too long. Okay. Interest rates, we can talk about that another time, but long story short, they're not that bad. And they're predicted to come down somewhat this year. Okay. That's all for today. I hope you got some value from this. I'm going to be looking to do a lot more videos and provide a lot more insight this year, and I hope you'll stay tuned. Okay, have a great day.